What's going on, guys? Money Making Joey back here doing another video, and this one is actually going to be a pretty short video. It's a very important video, but I'm going to drive it home and straight to the point. Now, a lot of you are out there driving full time, and it's in my honest belief that you would be just a tad bit more better off just taking a part-time approach to things. Now, I have never, in my 6 years of being inside of the rideshare industry, I have never been a full-time driver. It's way more toll on your car, it's way more expenses, and for the most part, a lot of the full-time drivers out there that I speak to, they're more so like they're in the ballpark range of $1,400 to $1,600 a week. Over the last 6 years that I've been inside of the rideshare industry, my weekly average is typically around 700 to 800. Sometimes I could even hit 900 per week as a part-time driver. Now, it's important to point out that when I say part-time, typically that's 30 hours-ish per week of road time. Now, inside of that 30 hours, I count from the time I leave my door to the time I come back inside of my door. So that includes any time spent cleaning the car, any time spent getting gas, and that includes if at the end of my shift I'm an hour away and I have to take that time to drive back to my house, it's included in that time. Now, if we consider time actually spent online on the app, a typical week for me is actually going to be somewhere around 23, 24 hours. Two very important things to point out, because I feel like there are a lot of drivers out there that when they talk about the numbers, they'll show you, this time that they were on the app, but there are a few different other factors that definitely come into, determining how much time you actually spent out there working this week. So I have other things that go on in life. I'm running my online business. I'm doing the storage auctions. I'm here making YouTube videos for you guys. So a 30-hour week for me at $700 is pretty good. Now, like I mentioned before, I do have a tad bit of a discrepancy when it comes to driving part-time versus full-time. And maybe some of you guys out there watching this video, you can get in the comments and let me know your opinion on this, because if I really felt like it would be beneficial to drive full-time at certain times of the year when my online business is a little bit slower, I might actually do it. But one thing that I have noticed over the years is that, and don't get me wrong, this varies from points of the year, like January, February, March, when it's a little bit slower. This sometimes can vary, but April through the end of the year in December, this is typically the case where you have certain points of the day, like Monday through Friday. If you hit the road at 6 a.m., you're clear all the way to 9 a.m. where you're getting a consistent flow of trips. After 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, typically kind of gets into a slow period until maybe around lunchtime, sometimes even a little bit later, 1, 2 o'clock, and then you're busy until school lets out, until, the end of the day, end of rush hour, maybe around 6, 7 o'clock, and then you get into another slow period. So if you're a full-time driver out there and you're hitting all of these different slow times in your day because you're out there 12 hours, as opposed to someone like myself who I'll come in the morning and drive 6 to 9, go on and do something else that I need to do for the day for my other business, and then come back out at 2 p.m., stay out to 6, and I maximize the best hours of the day, like, on the weekend. Some people go out early on the weekend because they're not a fan of driving at night, but I could easily come out on a Saturday, hit the road at 3 p.m., stay out to maybe 11, 12 o'clock, maybe actually the latest, make a big chunk of money, more money than what somebody might have made earlier on in the day. So my point is, being a part-time driver gives me the ability to take the best chunks of the day and actually get out there and drive. Now, some of you out there watching, you might not have the open flexibility like I do as far as, being able to be free with my day where I can go out Monday through Friday and on the weekends during these chunks of time where it's busy. 6 to 9, you might be getting the kids ready to go to school. You might be going to work, whatever the case may be. That might not work for you, but you might be someone that at 2 o'clock you're free and you're able to go snatch those 4 hours. Because one thing that I'll tell you for certain from a part-time perspective is that you snatch 4 hours per day up Monday through Friday, and then let's say you're off on the weekends, you're willing to give up a Saturday, you would definitely be able to do like how I'm doing, hitting those $700 targets, no problem. Like a lot of the time when you're hearing drivers complain, these are these part-time drivers that unless they hit 1,400, 1,600, or whatever the case may be this week, life is horrible. And I completely understand it. I am not a person that condones putting all of your eggs in one basket. I get a few different comments on the channel, and people out there actually agree. This could be the worst thing, that you can actually do. A lot of people, like I mentioned previously, are going to be way better off taking the standpoint in rideshare in the gig economy with the approach of, listen, let me get 700 a week, 800 a week. For most people, from a part-time standpoint, an extra money standpoint, that's a decent number to actually achieve. 25, 30 hours per week of your life is not really a lot of time. You could be still working a full-time job. You could be dedicating 40 hours per week to whatever it is in the world that you want to actually take part in. So that's a nice, easy roadmap for you guys to go out there and easily make, $700 per week in the rideshare industry. But like always, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on this video if you guys have found value from it. Get subscribed to the channel if this is your first time seeing me on YouTube. Money Making Joey, I'm out of here, and I will see you guys in the next one.